We're talking about antivirus. What's a virus? What does it do? Why is it so pervasive? Welcome to the gig. I'm Johnny O. Okay, the definition of a virus is self-replicating code. It's any code that self-replicates on your system, either to do damage or even to take information from your system. If it's taking information from your system, then it's spyware. Spyware is a type of virus. It's a specific type of virus. This term malware started coming up about 15 years ago, malicious software. So whether it's a virus or it's spyware, it's still malicious software that you don't actually want on your computer. Viruses were the first type of malware, malicious software. And it's any type of self-replicating code. Now, a lot of these viruses, the early ones, and even some of them that are out today, what they do is they destroy your data. I got hit by a virus once, I believe in 2003. And what I was doing is I leave my computers on 24/7. And what happened was I had a torrent coming in. And I actually opened the torrent file or whatever it was a piece of software I had downloaded a few days prior. And I was at a friend's house helping her paint her apartment for a day or two. So I didn't even come home at night. I slept there. It was a lot of work, a lot of moving around furniture, you can imagine. And when I came back, my machine was just trashed, completely trashed. I had to take the boot drive off the main bus and look at it under another computer to see what happened, and it was a virus. So I didn't have antivirus running at the time because I didn't really download nefarious stuff or weird stuff or pirated software really that would be, you know, highly suspicious files. I didn't do that. Now, what happened is it basically went through and replicated itself, destroying my files. So my files couldn't be opened. They were destroyed. And I ran a virus engine over it to try and repair it. And it did repair most of them. So I just copied them off onto another hard drive, the files I could save, and I formatted that hard drive. A format will get rid of any virus. It gets rid of all code. So I formatted it, I reloaded Windows, got all my stuff back off that other drive. And pieces of the virus were actually still there, but I had a really good virus engine at the time running that I bought just when this happened. I went out and I bought it. I went to the guy's house, actually, the salesman for this company. And I phoned him up and I told him the situation. And at the time, a lot of these companies didn't sell their software online. This is 2003. You had to go to the store. You had to go to Best Buy or Future Shop or Target, and they had the software section. You had to go there and buy that. Or a computer store. You had to go there and buy the software in a box and load it from CD. Yeah. Anyways, the particular antivirus that I wanted didn't have a store. Well, they had a store, but I phoned them up and said, look, I want a copy. The guy brought it home from work. I went to his house after work. I gave him cash for it. He gave it to me. I took it home. And on my other computer, where I was going to plug the infected hard drive into, I had that engine running. So as soon as I copied the files that were affected, it quarantined them right away. I was still able to use them in quarantine because it wouldn't let it execute the malicious code. And that's how I dealt with the one time I got hit with a virus. After that, I was very careful always to run a good virus engine, always. Now, I believe it was 2009 or 2010. In fact, I don't know the year. Microsoft actually enabled Microsoft Windows Defender inside Windows. And these antivirus companies were livid because they have a really good, Microsoft has a built-in really good antivirus engine in Windows. So what happened to me in 2003 would not happen now. Windows by default runs an antivirus engine called Windows Defender. And it updates and everything like that. You can go in and you can change the settings any way you want, and it's pretty good. And I believe in 2011 or 2012, it got top 1 or 2 antiviruses on the market, and it's completely free to any Windows user. That's what I use. I don't use third-party antivirus anymore, not since they came out with Windows Defender. And it's pretty good. I mean, any kind of virus, if it's written well enough, can get into your computer somehow. But what Windows Defender does, it protects the kernel, so you wouldn't have to reformat. You might lose some files. But as far as I can see, and I've done it on purpose, I've put a few viruses on purpose to see what would happen, to see if it catches them every time. And I've taken some of these key generators, because it recognizes them as viruses, which they're not. A lot of them aren't. I'm sure some of them are, not the ones I have. But if I have an older program that I use and I need a key generator, I'll throw the key generator up, and Windows Defender will grab it every time and go, this is a virus. You just have to tell Windows Defender, like any other antivirus program, this isn't a virus. Exclude this from your list of viruses. And it will do that. You just have to exclude that application in the location it's in. Mind you, if you take it and you move it to another location on your computer, it'll recognize it as a virus again. Anyways, you don't really need, to be honest, guys, you don't really need a third-party antivirus software. You don't. You haven't needed it for years. And trust me, I got hit by that virus years ago. And I was very safe and careful always to have that antivirus engine on there. I've used Norton. There was this other one. I can't remember the name of it. It was excellent. I mean, after a few years, it wasn't excellent. A better one came out. But I used Norton for years. There's no reason for me to renew or keep buying it. There's no reason at all, not with Windows Defender. Windows Defender also does spyware. And for spyware, to be honest, there's lots of free engines out there for it. But with spyware, a lot of the antivirus engines have a anti-spyware engine in them. What I don't like is I don't like it checking everything I search online and everything for. I shut all that off. And I do have the back end spyware stuff, anti-spyware stuff running in Defender, but I don't let it have complete control over certain sections of my computing. I don't. So I strip it down a bit, and I just if I get a virus on my computer from some malicious file that I've downloaded, I just want it to grab it and go, no, we can't run this. It's got a virus in it. Okay, good enough. And it updates all the time. So unfortunately, a lot of people don't know this. You don't need third-party antivirus software. You haven't for a while. I haven't paid for antivirus in probably 4 or 5 years, just because Windows Defender is that good. I'm Johnny O. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.